Success leaves clues. You should be following the most successful people in your industry, and you will be guaranteed success will follow your way. So if you're a nonfiction business or self-help author, then you 100% should be following the strategies of major bestsellers to replicate the same results that they're having. And maybe this sounds woo-woo to you, but this is so true. To follow those who have already carved the path on the journey that you want to take, you will be able to eliminate a lot of the mistakes they make and get to the results that you're desiring a lot faster than them by using their path as a roadmap for yours. And the good news is, with the technology we have today and the internet, all these answers are out there for us to capture. We just have to now follow the plan. So in this video, I'm going to reveal a major through line that I've noticed between all the major best-selling authors in the nonfiction space that I've been researching, and how you can now implement the same through line to get the same results that they are. And that's more book sales, more notoriety on your name, more consulting and coaching leads, and truly just to have that thought leadership title around your name. So right before I dive in, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell. I share weekly insights on how you can leverage your book into more income and impact if you are a nonfiction business and self-help author. And I'm on a journey to help you to get the education that you deserve that the publishers and PR firms are not delivering to you. And if you implement what you learn here, you will sell more books, you will amplify your influence, and you will turn your book into a thriving launchpad for yourself for more income and impact. Over the last 5 years, I've not only been working closely with nonfiction authors to help them amplify their influence, sell more books, market their books, and get more coaching and consulting leads, but I've also been researching some of the major bestsellers that we all know about. And I've noticed that there's this massive through line, this one thing that they all have in common that they implement to get the results that they want. And in this video, I want to share it with you. Now, these are authors that I've been watching like Tim Ferriss, Brene Brown, Ryan Holiday, Ramit Sethi, James Clear, Mark Manson, and the list goes on. All the big bestsellers are leveraging an email list. They are infatuated with growing their email list. They're on social media with one direct purpose: to attract the most people they can and get them to come into their email list where they can sell in private, and they can also tell them all about the things that they're working on a daily basis. Getting someone's email address is no easy task, nor is it anything that you should be taking lightly. So when you give someone your email address, you're almost inviting them into your world and allowing them to get in contact with you on a regular basis. It also gives you an opportunity to sell in private, which is really important. And it's a way for you to nurture an audience of readers who want to hear more about you and give them early access into products or services that you might be rolling out to the public. Now, with all these major bestsellers, I've noticed that the email list is literally the core thing that they are optimizing for with their business. And whenever they have a new book coming out, they hit their email list first, and they are already selling 10,000 or 15,000 copies just from their list itself. So I urge you, if you're a self-published author or even in a traditional deal, you want to be focusing on growing your email list as fast and as soon as possible. And one of the best things about an email list is it does not need to be that big. You know, a lot of the things we're infatuated on when it comes to social media audiences is how many followers we have. But with an email list, if you have a small following, even if it's a couple thousand people, but they're very engaged and they're your right demographic and they love what you have to deliver, you can make massive profits and create amazing impact from that list. So it's really not about the quantity here, it's about the quality. So you want to also be massaging your list every so often to remove people who have not opened your emails very often, so you can keep the core group of email subscribers to be the best people that should be following your content and are people that will be ready to take action when you have something to share with them. So if you're thinking, I understand that having an email list is super important, but I have to build it to the hundreds of thousands, you definitely do not. I know plenty of authors that are, decently unknown in the grand scheme of things, but have a great email list and are able to run a whole business through their email list alone. And I know coaches and consultants who could do this too. So truly, it's the quality over quantity when it comes to your email list. And you want to be on social media with the one intention to move all the masses and all the people that are seeing your content into your email list. Now, another big tip that I noticed with looking at all these email lists of the major bestsellers is they all have this interesting theme to it. They have a very clear, short, punchy theme to their email lists so that the reader knows what they're going to get every day or every week. Here's some examples. Tim Ferriss has his 5 Bullet Friday. Every Friday, he pushes out this letter to all of his email subscribers, and he essentially shares 5 bullets or 5 things that he either learned, watched, read, something interesting that he came across this week, and he shares it with his readers so you know exactly what you're going to get every week. Another example is James Clear. He's got his 321 newsletter, which every Thursday he produces, and it's 3 ideas from him, 2 quotes from others, and 1 question that you can ponder. And then lastly, another example is Ryan Holiday has a monthly newsletter where he literally shares the books that he's been reading, and he shares 5 to 10 books that he's read and why he thinks that they're good recommendations for you. So it's really important that not only do you have an email list, but you should have a great sequence and a great theme to what you're producing here so that your readers can know exactly when you're going to come out with them per week or per month and what's the content going to be all about. And a last major through line with having an email list as a nonfiction author is to keep it free. All these major bestsellers have a free newsletter. They're not looking for profits right out of the gate. They see their email list as an amazing place for them to nurture their ideal readers and clients and then ascend them into all their offerings once they've been nurtured in the email list. So keeping it free is a big key. Now, maybe you're asking, okay, I get that I need an email list, but how do I get email subscribers? Well, there's a few ways, but let me highlight one of the easiest ways. It's developing a lead magnet or a freebie. Now, essentially what you're doing here is you're giving a value exchange. You're giving something for free away to your audience in exchange for their email address. There's the law of reciprocity right there. They feel like they need to give you something because you're giving them something. Now, you're keeping it free because it's a low-hanging fruit and you're not looking to create any friction. But the idea here is that lead magnet should be very aligned with the content or the business or the book that you're producing and sharing with folks so that the right people are coming in the door to then get your lead magnet who will also want the rest of your product suite. And this is a marketing tool that, businesses, personal brands, entrepreneurs, tons of people use across the board. It's definitely something you should leverage yourself. And there's many types of lead magnets. So a few are a PDF, a free training, a webinar, a checklist, a workbook, a template, guide, anything that kind of is just a very easy to digest piece of content that your readers can check out. And then lastly, you could use organic traffic to get people hearing about this email list and hearing about your freebie and produce content each day to drive people back into that email list so you can grow your list. So that's the major through line I've noticed with major bestsellers, that they are all optimizing, growing, and engaging with their email list subscribers. And everything they're doing is to fuel that list because they know the larger that list grows, the more that they'll earn and the more impact they can create in the world. So if you're an impact-driven professional and you have a nonfiction book in the business or self-help space, then I would consider you jumping into my email community called Authority Authors. You can find the link in the description. And in this community, we publish every week on topics like how to sell more books, how to amplify your influence, and how to use your book for more income and impact. Hope to see you in there.